Hello and welcome back. A study has shown that for the second year in a row, solar power is the renewable energy that has attracted the most investment, with nearly 100 billion euros worldwide, 2/3 of which is concentrated in Europe. Here today to talk us through solar power in Switzerland is Stace from Avensol. Greg, thank you very much for joining us today.
You're welcome.
Now, in 2011, 2/3 of the world's newest solar panels were installed in Europe. How responsive are organisations, schools, businesses in Switzerland to this idea of solar power?
I think very responsive. I think the schools particularly we're seeing quite a lot of interest coming out of them, and organisations across the entire spectrum of society. I think what you see with Switzerland is a culture that has a long-term mentality and an interest in trying to do something fairly good for the environment. I think the other thing that's interesting about Switzerland is the way that the people are quite close to nature here. So you can see the glaciers melting, you get a lot of the debate happening. So it's quite a, I would say, green location in terms of the people.
And given the current economic climate, is cost a priority for your clients, or is it this green factor that's causing this boost, do you think?
I think cost is not a factor here. The economy is still going quite well. People are still fairly resilient and understanding that Switzerland, they've got quite a lot in their nest egg already. So again, across each of the segments, you're going to see a bit of a variety. In the residential space, we're seeing a slight downturn. We're relatively new, so we're not able to really go back many years, but certainly lots of interest in any case. And in the commercial space, lots and lots of interest. I think people are starting to see that their roofs are actually an amazing economic return on investment if they do something with it.
And in terms of as an investment opportunity, we've heard this week that a solar power startup in the US is set to receive $197 million from the US government. Talk me through solar power as an investment instrument.
So solar as a service is where McKinsey has been recommending the whole solar field to be going into. And basically the idea there is, rather than making solar panels, which you're going to be competing against the Chinese, not a particularly good area to be in, you're seeing the whole downstream process happening, and something that's where a lot of people are interested in terms of customers, because they certainly cannot navigate the complexity of the solar subsidy system and all those things. So, for example, within Switzerland, what we're seeing is an environment that has a lot of complexity due to the political environment. There are 600 energy companies, 12 major producers of energy, 3,500 municipalities and 26 cantons, and they all contribute to the solar field. And solar as a service can provide the end customer something quite easy and ultimately very affordable with a good return. Now, the returns the federal government of Switzerland is asking for, they particularly don't want people to earn more than 5%, and that's what the Swiss installers have been coming in at. From my organisation, what we're offering investors is somewhere around about 8 to 12% IRR. And so as an investment vehicle, it's certainly very attractive for pension funds and for any mid to long-term patient capital with very low risk.
Greg, thanks very much for coming into the studio.
You're welcome.
We'll be back shortly with more exclusive interviews. For now though, goodbye.